it's Kelly Marie here with another Lawn Clippings video by Lawn Fawn. Today we are introducing our new set, Interlocking Backdrops. I love these backdrop sets because you get 3 different background builders in each set, and these are really fun backdrops because we've got the herringbone, the hexagons, and then our fun little take on these kind of herringbone and hexagon trends with our little fun brick pattern here. They're really great for building subtle patterns or something really bold. I mean, kind of the sky's the limit. So we're going to go ahead and stamp these out and then make a fun card with them. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start stamping out these fun interlocking backdrops. I wanted to show you my favorite way to pick up these longer stamps is I like to lay them on my work surface and then take my block and pick them up with the block this way. This way I know I'm going to get, it's going to pick it up evenly and not crooked or anything like that. I think it's kind of the easiest way. So I thought we could go ahead and stamp this one out and just see some fun and different ways to use it. These patterns are great because they look awesome, either bold or really, really subtle too. So this one we're going to kind of go in the middle of those 2 ideas. And I wanted to stamp out first for you just to show you how easy it is to line these up. So if you wanted a pattern that was even longer than this stamp, you can easily stamp it out. And because they're interlocking backdrops, they easily mix up with each other, or match up with each other, just like this. So you can see you can just continue your pattern. You can keep it going across a whole layout or anything. So I just love that look, and I thought we could just kind of see what it looks like when you continue the pattern. The idea I love is creating kind of bases for your cards with this, or a different, you know, you can kind of jazz up some little cardstock pieces. I mean, there's a lot that you can do with this one. And so you can see, you can kind of just continue that pattern along, and you could fill up, I mean, you could fill up this whole piece of paper with it. It looks so great. Another thing I really like about this stamp is, as you can see, it almost looks like a giant arrow in and of itself, which looks really awesome on layouts and on cards too. And so you can kind of actually just stamp it out separately, just like this, and use that almost as an arrow. So it's kind of fun because you can use it as a background builder or as something like that. So that's kind of a neat thing there. Next, we have our fun brick pattern. I thought I would stamp it in kind of a more subtle color so you could see kind of if you were to use this in a way as just kind of a subtle background on something. I think that would look really great. So I'm just using this really light turquoise color, and you'll see how easy it is to extend the pattern again because they're all interlocking. It's just one of these really easy to work with. Just like that, and you could keep that pattern going too. So you'll see that's really subtle. I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see how light that is and how cool that looks. Even just white with this light turquoise, it looks awesome. It's a really fun thing. These are really great because they're open. You can also color them in or do different things like that too, which I really like that idea. Next, we have our fun hexagons, and hexagons are so trendy right now. You can see my stamp is already very well loved. It's such a fun pattern, and it's kind of whimsical, and you can really just add a lot. It's whimsical and graphic all at the same time, which I think is why it's so popular, because it's just, I mean, who could not love it, right? So I thought we'd just stamp this one out in a really bold color, so you kind of see even more bold than the pink, how cool this would look on a card background in just 1 sentiment. I mean, it could look awesome. So let's go ahead and stamp out the next one and just interlock our backdrops here. And there we go, and we have our continuous hexagon pattern, which is so great. So I thought it would be fun to see some other examples of fun ways to use these backdrops. Here I have just a little punched out die cut that I just punched out of some blue paper, and I added, what I did on this one was I added the herringbone in white. It's really subtle, but it adds so much to this little plain die cut. It makes it look really special. I wanted to show you, even if you took, you know, a little punched out circle and layered it, how cute that is with just seeing that little pattern there. I just think it looks adorable. Versus this way is just a little more plain, you know, just a little less going on. So it's kind of fun to jazz things up that way. Especially, I've got a lot of punches I haven't used in a while, so I know I'm going to start using them because now I can kind of add some cool texture to my die cuts. I also like, you know, we kind of talked about doing subtle. I love using Versamark, which is a watermark kind of sticky ink, and I did that on the craft, and you can see what a great pattern that is with the hexagons. It just looks really awesome, and it's really subtle, and it's a perfect card base now to start adding, you know, different things onto it, just like this, you know, and you can kind of keep layering and make something really awesome that way. It almost looks like your own little custom pattern paper. I also went ahead and did kind of this fun little monochromatic bricks, and I just colored in some of them just at random with a marker, and I thought that looks kind of neat too. It's just a little bit different and something kind of fun to do. So I wanted to just make one other background here with this herringbone that I thought would be kind of cool. Is I like stamping this one on the diagonal like I'm doing right here. So I just kind of put my paper at a diagonal there, and then just go ahead and stamp this fun pattern. And it's just a little bit of a different look. And because it's such a subtle pattern, we're using Versamark ink on this craft. I'm not even being that careful to line it up or anything. I'm just kind of stamping it out, and it's just going to be this cool, subtle pattern you can see there to use. And that vertical, and I like leaving some spaces between it and making it kind of random. Looks really, really cool. And I didn't stamp all parts of it perfectly so that it would kind of have, you know, here and here, it kind of have that little bit of a distressed look, which is kind of a cool, different way to do, you know, these stamps. It's kind of give it a more distressed kind of feel. So I thought it'd be fun to create kind of a fun little mini card for someone here. I'm going to use some gray ink and stamp my hexagons on my little card base here. Okay, so I've picked out some fun little coat book markers here, but any color pencil or anything would work for this. And I'm just going to start coloring in at random some of these fun little hexagons. Just to create, I'm using rainbow colors because I just love that. I think it's so happy. And we're just going to kind of add different colors all around until it looks right. Okay, so we have our fun stamped out background with our little color pieces in, and I thought it would be kind of fun to use some vellum over top because it just gives this kind of this cool look, and I happened to get some vellum recently, so I thought it'd be fun. I also have this really cool vellum adhesive runner from our friends at Thermoweb that I couldn't wait to try. So let's see how this works. Okay, that's pretty amazing. You can't see the adhesive at all. That's really cool. Okay, so we've got our fun background here, and I love using stuff like our sentiment sets to kind of combine with these fun bolder backgrounds. So I'm using our Happy Everything set. I'm going to use the Happy Birthday because I just always need more birthday cards. So I thought we would go ahead and stamp that out in a fun kind of pink color to match. So there we have our Happy Birthday all stamped out. I'm going to use this fun button. This is actually Shari from our design team made these buttons. They're absolutely adorable. And so I'm going to go ahead and add this on. So we're going to use, I'm trying to use kind of get all of the colors from our little rainbow color scheme. So I'm using here some of our orange lawn trimmings. This is from the retro that matches the Dewey Decimal collection. As you can see, it's my very well loved twine here. So I'm just going to grab a piece. So I'm going to create a little banner end here, and this is my fun trick. I just take my scissors and I cut a slit right in the middle, and then I take the corners and I meet up. So I'm going to meet from the corner to the top of my little slit that I cut in the middle. And it gives you perfect banners every time, and all you need is your scissors. It's so easy this way. Okay, so now we have our little banner flag here. And I thought it would be cute since it kind of looks like a little flower, and we're missing our green here in our little rainbow scheme. I thought I would just go ahead, I just have some green cardstock here, and I'm just going to cut out a little leaf. So I just like to take a little piece of cardstock, I fold it in half, and then I just cut out a leaf, just, you know, kind of a half moon shape out of it, and you get a cute little leaf this way. And I'm going to go ahead and add it to this little strip here. And then I'm going to take this little strip and just pop it up on some foam adhesive. Okay, so we have our sweet, simple little card all put together. Really easy to do and really cute, and I think it looks just really special with that vellum on top, and it's kind of a cool look. So that is Interlocking Backdrops. The possibilities are endless, and we cannot wait to see what you guys do with these fun hexagons, tiles, and herringbone. Here's just some look back at some of the things we did. We have this really great kind of bold herringbone pattern, and I love that you can also use this as a really great arrow, which looks particularly good on scrapbook pages. And then we've got our tile here in a really subtle kind of turquoise color, which looks great for just backgrounds and kind of just adding a little pizzazz to projects. And then we have a super bold hexagon here, which looks really cool. Here's some other little things we did. Here's the idea of jazzing up a die cut with the herringbone on it, and even if you layer this, you can see how cool it looks, just having a little bit of pattern on there. And that's just white ink on some blue cardstock. And then we stamped out our bricks here kind of monochromatic and colored in them at random, and that's kind of a cool different way to do it. Then we've got our subtle tone on tone with our Versamark ink hexagon. And then we also did the same idea but kind of distressed and vintagey looking with the diagonal hexagons. I also wanted to show you another diagonal hexagon I've done that I'll use in a different project one day. Kind of a rainbow scheme here, but that same idea, and it just looks really cool, and it really has a different look than when you stamp it like this, or even up and down too, which looks really great also. So there's a lot you can do with just that one stamp even. And then we went ahead and made this cute little card. I just colored in some of the hexagons in kind of a rainbow color scheme, and then used some vellum on top just to give it a special look, and this was so quick to do. Use a little happy everything sentiment and a little button, and that's it. And it's such a cute and easy card that looks really special. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!